it's Kay. This video is about my endgame Pure Minions summoner. It's a true Pure Minions build because the minions do all the work while you just cast in crowd control. There's no Bone Spear or Corpse Explosion here. But it's still a minion build, so if you have problems with suppressor shields and not being able to focus fire. The build is built around the unique Ring of Melderon, which gives your minions a big damage boost, but it relies on lucky hit. Note that you need to get a lucky hit fast before it triggers the 10% chance to explode. Here's the skill tree. The build doesn't use a basic skill, so 2 points in anything. The core skill is rank 1 Supernatural Blight to get slow and more damage. The build actually uses the Bone Prison Blight aspect, so Blight isn't on the cast bar. There's also rank 3 Hued Flesh to get fortified from corpses. In the third tier, rank 5 Ghastly Bone Prison gives Vulnerable. This is the main spell for triggering lucky hit for the Melderon explosions. Extra ranks from gear will help reduce the cooldown. There's also rank 3 Skeletal Warrior. The cast is rank 3 Abhorrent Decrepify for slow, damage reduction, stun, and chance to reduce cooldowns. Your minions can trigger the cooldown reduction. There's also rank 3 Skeletal Mages and rank 3 Death's Embrace, which I'm using for the 9% damage reduction. In the next tier, it's rank 1 Plagued Corpse Tendrils for the pool, slow, and vulnerable. Extra ranks from gear will help reduce the cooldown. There's also rank 3 Necrotic Carapace to get fortified, rank 1 Reaper's Pursuit, and rank 3 Crippling Darkness for the stun. The ultimate is Supreme Army of the Dead. While it's not a strong skill by itself, the build uses the aspect to get a big DPS boost. The high lucky hit chance will also help trigger Melderon explosions. I also take all the minion passives. Lastly, the key passive is Kalan's Edict. I'm still not sure about this because it can be very hard to not take any damage. The other option is Shadow Blight, which I think triggers from the Bone Prison Blight, but I'm not sure. Here's the Paragon board. In the starting board, I have Warrior with some extra dex nodes to activate the increased armor. At lower character levels, I recommend socketing Control here instead, and getting the int nodes to activate the additional bonus. The second board is Cult Leader. I picked up all the minion nodes except for Armor Clad. The glyph is Dead Razor, which gives a big bonus to the minion damage reduction nodes. This glyph should be the priority for leveling up. The third board is Hulking Monstrosity with the Mage glyph and extra intelligence nodes around the socket. The next board is Sense of Death, which is just for the legendary nodes and socketing the Control glyph. The damage bonus should be active all the time because this build has many sources of slow, chill, stun, and frozen. Lastly, I think Bloodbath with Amplify might be a good choice if you have more Paragon points to spend. Or you can go back to the other boards to get more minion damage or stats. For the Book of the Dead, I chose Reapers with Corpse Generation to build Fortify from Necrotic Carapace, Cold Mages with Vulnerable, and Black Golem with 15% damage absorb. There are 2 important aspects for crowd control and triggering Melderon explosions. Bone Prison spawns Blight, and Blight pulls nearby enemies. So with one cast of Bone Prison, all your enemies will be pulled into one spot. They will get vulnerable from bone prison, slow and stun from blight, and you should get a lucky hit to trigger the Mengeon explosions. I also have bone prison explode aspect. The idea is to trigger lucky hit a second time, but I'm not 100% sure about this. The other useful aspects are extra scary warriors and mages, minion damage reduction, cold mage blizzard, minion attack speed on the amulet, and army of the dead for the DPS boost. It's important to get as much lucky hits chance as possible on your gear. Once have lucky hits base start, and you can get a focus with lucky hits from the rare monster in Kyrgyzstan. You can also get lucky hits on gloves and rings. For the other stats, focus on survivability. Look for maximum life and damage reduction, as well as maximum minion life. I also highly recommend movement speed on boots and amulet. The typical skill rotation is Curse, Bone Prison again to explode it, then Corpse Tendrils. I'll also cast Skeletal Priest for healing and damage boost, and a Golem ability for extra AoE damage. Against tough elites, or where a boss is staggered, I cast Army of the Dead for the DPS boost. And the rest of the time, I run around avoiding damage. Overall, I think this build is very comfy to play, and both you and your minions will have good survivability and damage. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye!